Hey guys, it's Robyn, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I have got warm reviews on all 10 of the new release scents for spring and summer from Scentsy. So we have got all 10 new bars here that I have warmed. I am missing 3 of the clamshells because they got recycled by accident, but the other 7 bars I have here, and I did warm all 10. So we'll just kind of hop in. So you can see my cold sniff reviews in my last video. I uploaded those, my very first sniffs. And so I do have some changed opinions on warm, which is usually the case. That's pretty expected. Things warm differently than they are on cold. And that's why we do warm reviews as well. So this will tell you kind of how they changed on warm and how they did in my home. So the first one we're gonna do is raspberry hibiscus tea, which is one of the ones that is recycled. But I did the whole bar in my open layout. It was the first one I warmed. This one is a warm cup of wild raspberry and hibiscus petals, sweetened with a spoonful of elderberry sugar. That one was pretty. It was definitely more hibiscus on warm, and the hibiscus is kind of, was that one tea? Yeah, more like an herbal tea, because I have had many summery teas that have hibiscus as kind of the main like flavor, like the hibiscus and a fruit. That's a very common like tea thing for like summer teas and iced teas. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was tea-ish. I didn't get warm though. I think more like iced tea for that one. Raspberry, yes. The elderberry as well came out more on warm. And so I got kind of equal parts raspberry to elderberry. Performance, not overly strong. I would say I probably wouldn't do it in my open layout again. It was not strong enough for the open layout, which is a disappointing thing because that particular scent is one that I want in my open layout. I can't think of anywhere else in my home that I would warm that scent besides my open layout, because to me, it doesn't really feel like a bedroom scent, doesn't really feel like a bathroom scent, and I don't have like a TV room or anything. Like we just have the main area. So in my home, there's nowhere else to warm that. Your home may be different. But yeah, for that reason, I'm gonna repurchase it and just know that it's going to be a lighter scent. But it was not strong enough for the open layout. I would recommend not using it in your open layout, but it was very enjoyable and I did really enjoy what I had of it. Longevity, maybe 12 hours. Not a super long lasting one, not absolutely abysmal, but not super long lasting. And again, not very strong. I would say maybe a 4 to 10 at peak, and it didn't stay at 4 for very long. So not very strong, not all that long lasting. But I would repurchase because the scent was very unique and I really liked the scent. And maybe in the summer I will want it in the bedroom. It is a very pretty, like berry hibiscus, like iced tea scent. I liked it. So my opinion on that one didn't really change much on warm. I thought the notes kind of shifted a little bit. We got a bit more elderberry on warm, a bit more hibiscus. The performance was a little bit lackluster for me, but overall I still really like the scent and I will repurchase raspberry hibiscus tea. Next one I don't have a clamshell here for is Lake My Day in the fresh category. It was the bright blue one that's everyone's really excited about because it smells like lake rather than ocean. And I was very excited about that too because I don't live anywhere near an ocean, but we do have lakes around here. So this one is refreshing lake waves lap peacefully over crisp bergamot and fresh oak moss. The notes gave me concern right off the top. Bergamot and oak moss tend to be kind of cologne-y in Scentsy land. And on cold, this one did smell cologne-ish to me as well. On warm, more so. So I did the whole bar in my open layout again. It was on Super Bowl day actually, because I was like, okay, well if it does go masculine, at least it's a Super Bowl day and we have like people over and it's boy stuff and whatever. So I was like, all right, so let's do this. So did the whole bar. It never got super strong. I was actually surprised by how not strong it was. It got to maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10 in strength. I would say light medium, maybe just almost at medium. Never got strong. I thought it would on cold. On cold, I thought it was fairly strong. Thought it would do well. It was not as strong ever as I thought it would be. That being said, it did last longer than I thought it would. So it lasted a full 2 days. Pretty light intensity the second day, but you could still smell it when you walked in. What you could smell though was just like kind of an aquatic men's cologne or a men's shower gel or those men's spray deodorants. It was one of those. It was one of those ones. I don't know. We have so many of those. They come around all the time. We get like, you know, the Justice League. It's nothing like Nine Realms. Some of those football scents we had, it reminded me of those. So if you like those kind of masculine cologne scents, this is one and you should try it. If you're looking for a authentic woodsy lake scent, this is probably not it. I won't repurchase this one. I'm just not into that kind of scent. I was hoping for something different. This isn't it. But there is one coming, I think for Father's Day. I think Father's Day. It wouldn't be, Mother's Day is, no, it's Father's Day. There's another lake one coming, and I'm hoping for real lake from that one. This one, though, is just cologne. I'm not a fan of this one. No, thank you. In the average home with an open layout, I would say don't do this one in the open layout. I don't know that it's strong enough. Like I said, it did do passably well in my open layout, but mine is not very large. I don't have high ceilings or anything crazy going on architecturally. If you have a very large space, I would not put this in there. I don't think it's going to be strong enough for you. That being said, it did last a good long time. So if you like this scent and you put it in like a medium size space or a smaller one, I think you're going to get good performance. It's just not a scent for me. The last one that I don't have the clamshell of is Tropic Nectar, also done in my open layout. Did the whole bar, open layout. The notes on this one are tropical fruit nectar, gets even sweeter with coconut milk and golden agave. So this one is kind of fruit punchy, does have a bit of a creamy coconutness to it. And there is some sweetness. It's kind of like a sweet fruit punch with a hint of like creamy coconut. I liked that one a lot on cold, and I liked it a lot on warm too, actually. It did not change on warm. It was exactly what you smell is what you get. Nothing changed there, but I really liked it. And that one actually did surprisingly well. I did not expect performance that good from that scent. That one did very well. I would say solid medium, did very well in my open layout. And it was maybe it was a one-dayer, but like I think it was closer to 24 hours rather than like 12. So it did almost a full like around the clock, like twice. I was happy with that. I will repurchase that. It was a little bit cloying sweet. I think you have to like those like kind of fruit punchy type scents. This was not very close to like Feelin' Punchy from last summer, which I was glad for. That one was a bit more cloying and a lot more like kind of orange tang. This one was just kind of tropical, and the coconut kind of sold it. It wasn't a strong in your face coconut. It was just kind of a background scent that kind of just added a little something, and I really liked it. So Tropic Nectar, I will repurchase. I will probably warm that a few times over the summer. So that one was a win in my book, performance-wise and scent appeal. Next we have Mango Matcha. This one is a mix of mango nectar and matcha sorbet, topped with a slice of salted cucumber and a dash of pure sugar cane. So this one, on cold, I had thought was mostly mango, with a little bit of a green, like green tea type smell to it. On warm, this one did change, and I did the whole bar in the open layout again. This one was still mostly mango at first. After a few hours, this one kind of got very similar to my nose to like if you took just mango and mixed it with green tea smoothie from the recent Bring Back My Bar. This one had that same kind of sharpness to it that green tea smoothie has. And I'm not sure what that is. I didn't ever get the cucumber. I mean, there is green here, but it's hard to distinguish like cucumber from the matcha. They're both kind of just green. So I never got anything cucumbery to my nose, nor did I get anything really salty. The sugar cane I never really specifically got. What I got was mango, for sure. Matcha, the green tea type scent, for sure. And a bit of a sharpness. And maybe the sharpness was the salt? Maybe? That's very possible, actually. But it reminded me a lot of like green tea smoothie, which a lot of people liked but found it to be a bit sharp. So this one does kind of have a sharp astringent quality to it. That being said, very like bright, nice, summery bar. My husband really liked this one, so I will buy it again. I liked it enough to buy it again, and he really liked it, so I'll buy it again for him as well. Yeah, this one was good. If you like it, just a nice kind of classic mango scent with a little bit of like something extra with that kind of sharp green. Yeah, it was good. Performance-wise, it was fine. It actually exceeded my performance expectations. I expected this to be fairly light in the open layout. It was about a medium. It was about a day. It was like an average performer. Nothing exceptional, not bad. It was just very in the middle performance-wise, totally average, just fine there. And scent appeal was fairly good. I prefer things like mango pineapple or pineapple mango from the catalog. I even prefer maybe like go-go mango. This one I like. It's just not one I would purchase a ton, but I will buy another bar for the summer. Overall, if you like fruity scents, I do think you should try this one, as long as you're okay with a bit of a green note as well. Next, we have the one I really disliked on cold. This one is Soak and Raise. This is a floral bar. This one is Feel the Sunshine as Bright Mandarin and Orange Flower, Bask in Ocean Air. And this one on cold to me smells like Lush Gardenia. Yeah, oh no. Yeah, that's a very, very heady, cloying floral. That is a headache in a bar. It just is. At least for my body and my head. I did this in the bathroom, because that way it's just, I didn't have to spend a ton of time with it. I did 1 cube in a bathroom, and it packed a punch. So like performance-wise, if you like this scent, it's a great performer. It filled the bathroom and then some, like it wafted out. And it lasted a good couple days, like solid 2 days in the bathroom, and that's pretty good. So performance-wise, excellent. One of the better performers of the entire bunch. Scent appeal for me is just no. I think it was Elizabeth who loves this one, and she thought it reminds her of Coconut Tiare or Tiare and Coconut from the Island Days collection. She's spot on that. It totally does remind me of Island Days, the Tiare and Coconut one, and that one was the same for me, like headache in a bar, can't do it. If you like cocoa nuts for coconuts, this one's similar to that as well, with that white floral note. The floral note's the same in all 3 of these bars. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Yeah, but it was a good performer. I think if you like coconuts for coconuts, I think if you like Tiare and Coconut, and I think if you like Lush Gardenia, you're going to be a big fan. And performance-wise, you're going to be happy. So that is Soak and Raise. Not a repurchase for me. This is actually going to go into my reject bin, which very few things do. I can't warm the rest of this. It's just a migraine trigger bar for me. I can't do it. It's going to have to go to a different home, but I think it's going to find a different home that's going to be happy with it, because there are a certain number of people that like these types of scents, and this one is a good performer. So I don't feel bad giving it away to someone who likes the smell of this one. Next, we have Sugar Blossom. This one is sugar-dipped golden blossoms adorn a shimmering fusion of sugared citrus and vanilla. This is the bar that I'm real annoyed with. Not with the bar itself. The scent itself, I actually have nothing bad to say about. Not very happy with Scentsy for putting this in the bakery category. This is in no way a bakery scent. This is very much a pretty spring floral scent. And if you had given me this as a pretty spring floral scent, I would have been like, yes, very nice. But you gave it to me as bakery, and this ain't bakery. Like, and I thought, okay, maybe it's going to change on warm. Maybe it'll be more bakery on warm. We'll get more of that sugar, some more of the citrus. It'll be a little bit more bakery. No. If anything, it was less sweet on warm. Now, that being said, if we're going to put away my irritatedness on that, the bar itself is good. If you want a very pretty, like light spring floral, very pretty, very feminine. I couldn't tell you what floral this is. Maybe like, I get like tulip vibes or like just a spring floral. Yeah. Spring floral. It is sweet. I don't get any citrus on cold or warm. Did they say vanilla is what's in here? Yeah. Precious little. Maybe a little bit on warm. You get almost something that kind of reminds me of like Love and Happiness or of Spun Sugar and Vanilla. Kind of one of those like deeper, like I would have said caramelized sugar probably rather than vanilla. Maybe a bit of that on warm. But mostly you're getting this very pretty spring floral, like 90% pretty spring floral and a little tiny bit of like something sweet or caramelized sugary or something like that. Yeah, it's, as far as florals go, it's fine. As far as bakery goes, it's not. It just plain and simple is not. That being said, performance, this one is very light in the bar, like very light in the bar. In the warmer, it was pretty light too. We did this in my daughter's bedroom, 2 cubes, and it went for like 3 days. So it did very well longevity wise, but it was very light, like very light. Like just barely a background scent of spring floral when you walked in. Really pretty, especially for like a little girl's room. But yeah, I won't repurchase this one. Just on principle, the fact that they stuck it in bakery and it's not bakery and it's taking up space in the bakery category now. But B, it's pretty, but it's not a scent I would repurchase anyways. I think it's got its place. I would say March, April, if you want like a nice light floral, this might be pretty. I would say definitely small spaces only, bedrooms. Yeah, didn't get much from this one that way, but again, it did last a good long time. So there's that. It's one of those ones that kind of never really gets very strong, but it does putter away for a long time. So performance-wise, that's nice. There are certain bars that I really like that from. For bedrooms, I do tend to like those bars that are kind of lighter and go for a long time, and this is one of those. But it's not bakery by any stretch of the imagination. And I think you have to like floral to like this. And yeah, it's a pretty floral if you like those kind of like soft, springtimey, sweet florals. There's that one. Yeah, Sugar Blossoms. Not a repurchase for me, but not bad. Next we have Woodland Meadow. This one is woodland wildflowers flourish beneath a beautiful forest canopy and an air of bergamot and amber. So again, we have bergamot and amber, can lean kind of perfumey cologne-y. But then we have the forest canopy. And this one is actually really pretty. My husband thought this one smelled like an older lady, but like in the best way possible. Not like perfumey, but just like clean and like a very like clean, elegant older lady who either lives in the woods or is going to the woods or something like that. And I feel like that is kind of what this one evokes. It's kind of soapy. Like it does have some soapiness to it. Definitely a bathroom scent for me, maybe bedroom. I wouldn't do it in an open layout personally, but bathroom or bedroom. I did this in the bathroom twice, and yeah, I liked it in there. Yeah, it's soapy in like a bar soap kind of way. The forest canopy, yes, it is kind of woodsy smelling. The bergamot and amber are there. Like it smells kind of like a unisex type of perfume or cologne or soap. Yeah, I get unisex soap. It's fine. It's not one I would buy more of. And I don't know that I would put it in the fresh category. I might put it in woods, just myself, but I like it. I don't like it enough to repurchase it. Performance-wise, it was about average. It lasted about 24 hours. It was about a medium strength. Performance-wise, it was just a solid average. And scent appeal is just, it's okay. I'll enjoy what I have. I'll have no trouble using this, but it's not one I'm going to repurchase. To me, this has a very, very definite note in common with like white amber and silk. That one has like a soapy note too. This one has the same soapiness, but instead of being like elegant, fancy closet, this one is like elegant, fancy ladies soap or something like that. It's fine. It's just not my thing. Next we have Peace Lily Be With You. This one was the one that I think was the biggest surprise, pleasant surprise for me on cold. This one is white peace lily and green apple harmonized with watery greens and a touch of vanilla. So something in this one is just very sweet, kind of green, crisp, fresh, pretty. Very beautiful on cold. I put this in the warmer and it changed dramatically. So this one is actually very strong. This is one of the better performers of the bunch. What came out that I didn't expect was a very, very, very strong, pungent green note. And that must have been like the watery greens took over. Yeah, they did. The apple is much more present on cold. The apple kind of took a back seat on warm, and it was just all greens all the time. And it was like just radiating those greens. So you do really have to like greens for this one on warm. I actually found it a bit overpowering in the bedroom. We did 2 cubes in the bedroom. I put it in at like 7 p.m., left it overnight. And I actually found myself waking up to like, what is the, oh, the greens, they're just like choking me. So choked to death by greens. It's pretty, but it's very green. And that was pretty much all I got for that first like 12 hours. The second day, like the next day, we did get more of, I don't think I ever got peace lily. What I got the second day was almost like banana leaf, or like almost like a sweet, almost like a fruity green, like a banana leaf or something like that. The vanilla, I don't know if I got specifically. And the apple, I don't really think I got much of either. If anything, maybe like a yellow apple rather than a green apple. Peace lily doesn't have a scent. Peace lilies don't smell. And I never did get a floral note from this, I will say. I got green, like if you took a certain type of like plant stem or like leaves and like scraped them with your fingernail and then smelled it, that's what this smelled like. But sweet. Not as like sharp as that would smell. This is sweeter than that. It was pretty, but it was very green. So this one I preferred on cold to warm. Performance was good though. It was a like probably medium plus. I would say 6 or 7 out of 10 in strength. Longevity about average. I took it out at I think 36 hours. It could have gone longer. It was just kind of like, it was odd at that point. I was just done with it. So 36 hours at least in the bedroom. Good solid medium, medium plus. Performance was good. Scent appeal, not as good on warm as it was on cold to my nose. So for me, this was one of those switcheroos where it went down in my opinion. I still really like it. I'll enjoy the rest of this bar. I may repurchase one more bar, maybe. But it's not one I'm gonna like keep in my rotation forever. It is very pretty though, and I think it's worth trying. This is one of the better done green scents I've tried from Scentsy. I actually do kind of enjoy that one. Next we have Mountain Sunset, which is a beautiful periwinkle. This one is taking the view over wild bluebell and warm woods as coconut and golden amber fill the air. This one is in the fresh category. I would place it in woods. And it is so pretty. It's so pretty. So this one's even more pretty on warm. Pretty close to what you smell is what you get. It doesn't change a whole lot on warm. It does have like coastal sunset vibes, but I prefer this one by a long shot. This one is a bit softer and cozier. I don't think it's quite as strong as coastal sunset, but I find coastal sunset almost too strong. I really like Mountain Sunset. This was probably my favorite of all the new bars. This one was a fantastic performer. Good solid medium. Lasted 3 days in our bedroom, 2 cubes. And it was just pretty and cozy and like comforting, and it just kind of wraps around you. It doesn't scream summer to me though. Like this actually feels kind of like a cozy blanket type scent to me. Like it is coconut, but it's like a warm wrapping coconut. The floral here isn't aggressively floral. It's just a little bit powdery and soft and like, again, blankety. Amber again. The amber here, amber's a tricky note for me. I'm hit or miss on amber. The amber in here is well done. It's really nice. The scent overall is very well blended, very well done, very well balanced. I love this one. This is one I will probably club at the end of the season. I'll absolutely repurchase. This will be a regular in our rotation. Love. And then last but not least, we have Banana Leaf and Bamboo in the fresh category. With all of the green scents Scentsy has done lately, I feel like we need to just add a green category. This would go in the green category. This is Juicy Sweet White Peach and Banana Leaf and envelop aged bamboo and sheer mahogany. Now this one, White Peach, I don't know. Banana Leaf, yes, and Banana Leaf I think is what I got mostly on warm. On warm, what mostly came out here was the aged bamboo and Banana Leaf. The sheer mahogany, I don't know that I get a whole lot of that on cold, nor do I think I got it on warm. I did 1 cube in a bathroom in the guest bath, so I didn't spend a ton of time with this one. These green scents, I have a hard time with these green scents. It's okay. It's not one I'll repurchase. There's probably, for a very solid opinion on this one, I would ask someone else because these types of scents just aren't my thing. That being said, performance-wise, it did fairly well. We got a full day out of it. It was about average. Like, it was a fairly strong scent, but an average length of time. To me, it was fairly close to what you smell is what you get. Maybe, if anything, just a bit more green. I don't ever feel like I got a ton of peach or a ton of mahogany What I feel like I got here was the banana leaf and bamboo. It was fine. Again, it was enjoyable enough, just not a repurchase for me. I'm trying to be very like picky about my scents now because I do have a lot of wax and I do have a fairly small home. So it takes me a long time to go through all that wax. And I find I want to be able to warm the things I love. And if I'm repurchasing things I don't love, I have a bunch of things I don't love. And that's what I have to warm then. So I'm trying to only repurchase the things I really, really, really want to warm. So I test things, and then if I don't love it, I'm not going to repurchase it. That's my 2023 mindset. I think if you like green scents, this is a well done green scent. I think if we're going to just briefly compare the two green scents that are new, we have Peace Lily Be With You and the Banana Leaf and Bamboo. They're pretty different. I much prefer Peace Lily Be With You. This one is much sweeter. It has a lighter tone to it. This one is a bit darker and deeper. This one is more like the jungle or a rainforest, and it's like dark and earthy and like damp. Whereas Peace Lily Be With You is brighter. It's like the canopy of the rainforest. There's like raindrops up there, and there's like sunshine coming in, and it's just a bit brighter. Whereas this one's a bit earthier. So I think rainforest canopy, rainforest base is how I would categorize those two. I prefer rainforest canopy. So Peace Lily Be With You. So out of the 10 new releases, the only one I really didn't like is Soak and Raise. And that's just because those types of scents give me a literal migraine. So that one's just like, that's the only reason that one's a no. The performance on Soak and Raise was actually one of the best. So performance-wise, if you like those types of florals, you're going to be very happy with Soak and Raise. Just not me. Out of the 10 new scents, there are 4, potentially 5 that I'll repurchase. Raspberry Hibiscus Tea will be a repurchase. Tropic Nectar will be a repurchase. Mountain Sunset's a definite repurchase, probably multiple times. Mango Matcha, and potentially Peace Lily Be With You. The ones I'll repurchase probably the most of are going to be Mountain Sunset and Tropic Nectar. And the others, it's not that I don't like them. They're fine. They're very, very pleasant. It's just, they're fun to try. And sometimes that is the fun of Scentsy, is that you try a scent and then you're good. Like you liked it and you're good. You try something else next time. That can be part of the fun. And that is what I love about Scentsy, is there are so many things coming and going all the time. You can just kind of try something, enjoy it, and move on. If you love it, put it in your club and you can keep enjoying it. Otherwise, there's always new stuff coming. I am a little suspicious, though, that this one is fairly close in color and scent to Coastal Sunset, Mountain Sunset. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them switch out Coastal Sunset for Mountain Sunset eventually. Yeah, it's so good, though. I won't even be mad about it. Like, honestly, won't be mad about it. This one is so beautiful. I would love to see this in more things. Sugar Blossom, I am boycotting just because it's taking up space in the bakery category and we don't need it there. If they recategorize this as floral, great, but in the meantime, no. So on the whole, I feel like it was a solid 10 new release set. I do think it was kind of heavy on the fresh scents, but there was a variety in the fresh scents. They weren't all aquatic. So we had a couple green ones, a couple we had one watery one. I wouldn't say aquatic, it was watery. Mountain Sunset was fresh, but again, I think that's kind of more woodsy and cozy and blankety. Woodland Meadows, again, I think is a bit more woodsy. One thing I noticed this season for the summer set is that none of these are well, some of them. Not all of these scream summer. Like, a lot of these could be done all year round very nicely. Mountain Sunset, I think, is an easy all year round scent. Peace Lily Be With You, same thing. Woodland Meadow could easily be in the winter catalog as far as I'm concerned. That's actually a very pretty January, February scent. Late spring, or late winter, early spring. Soak and Raise does feel summery. Raspberry Hibiscus Tea is a solid summer. Sugar Blossom, any time of year, maybe spring. It is kind of a more sweet spring floral. Tropic Nectar is summer. That one is summer. Mango Matcha is summer. Lake My Day, it's kind of just a cologne scent, so I feel like that could go any time of year. Banana Leaf and Bamboo, I mean, it doesn't scream summer, but those green scents do kind of lend themselves to more warm weather. But it doesn't scream like summer, island, tropical, fruity. Yeah, we only had a couple that are those. The only ones that are like really, really, really summer are like raspberry hibiscus tea, tropic nectar, and like mango matcha, in my opinion. And I really like all of those. So those are kind of my thoughts. As far as performance, I did feel like these were, again, on the lighter side overall. So if you take 10 new scents, you kind of put them along a bell curve. You expect a couple to be on the really light end, a couple to be on the really strong end, and the rest to kind of fall somewhere in that middle portion. And I feel like most of them kind of lend themselves to that middle portion, if not a little bit on the lighter side. I don't feel like we have as much on that stronger side. I don't know. Performance here was on the lighter side or on the shorter side. The ones that did the best are the ones that kind of did the light medium for a long time. So Lake My Day was pretty good that way. Mountain Sunset was really good that way. A long-lasting scent, but not overly strong. Peace Lily Be With You was on the stronger side and lasted a good amount of time. Raspberry Hibiscus Tea was on the lighter side and didn't last all that long. Soak and Raise, pretty strong, pretty long-lasting, honestly. Sugar Blossom, very light, but pretty long-lasting. Tropic Nectar, on the stronger side. I wouldn't say it was strong, but it was on like the better side of average and like average length. Woodland Meadows is very much like average longevity, average strength. That is your middle ground scent. Again, at least at my house. So yeah, Banana Leaf and Bamboo, again, that one is kind of, again, just, I would say middle ground. About an average duration, average strength. So I mean, yeah. As far as open layout worthy, what of these new 10 are open layout worthy? I think Soak and Raise would be. I have not personally tested that theory because I can't. Like, I can't give myself a migraine. So I'm not going to put myself out of commission for an entire day to test that theory. But I do think, based on the bathroom test, that it would do fairly well in an open layout in most people's homes. Other than that, I don't think any are super, super open layout friendly. Again, a couple of them did okay in my open layout, but mine is much smaller than most, and I don't have high ceilings or vaulted ceilings or anything like that, or a second floor that things can waft to. If you have a second story or like open ceilings or anything like that, I think the only one I would try in my open layout of these new 10 would be Soak and Raise. Tropic Nectar, maybe. I don't think you'll get much time out of it though. Maybe Mango Matcha. Maybe. Yeah. Those are the only ones I would do in an open layout. And again, my favorites, Mountain Sunset, love. Love, love, love. Tropic Nectar was really good. Raspberry Hibiscus Tea was good and unique. And yeah, Peace Lily Be With You was very pretty, very green. Good enough performer. I probably wouldn't do it in my bedroom again though. I would do it in the office or maybe even the open layout. I think it might do okay in my open layout. I don't know that it's open layout friendly for most people. Yeah. So that is my thoughts. Overall, the one I'm most excited to get my hands on that we didn't get in the new release collection because it's not really a new release is Blue Agave and Melon. I'm getting a couple bars of that to start off with. Blue Agave, Honeydew Melon, and Kiwi. It's so good. It's so good. I can't wait to get that one back. So yeah, I'll be warming that one. I'm also really excited to get my hands back on Appletini Splash and Pink Rhubarb Sugar. Those are both also summer scents that I'm really, really a big fan of. And I think they work well in spring or summer. Appletini Splash is a new release from last year. And it was green apple, noshi pear, and simple syrup. It is like a simple syrup, sweet green apple scent, and I love it. Pink Rhubarb Sugar is pink rhubarb sweetened with sparkling raspberry and an extra scoop of sugar. It is the sweetest, juiciest, like, rhubarb sweet scent ever. I love that one. So yeah, lots of good stuff in the catalog. So those are the new releases, and then we have a really, really, really solid new catalog of like regular scents. So although there's only maybe 4 or 5 of these new scents that I'll repurchase, there are many in the general catalog that are like top-notch scents that I cannot wait to get more of and to warm through the spring and summer. If you have smelled these spring and summer new releases or you've warmed any of them, I would love to hear what your thoughts are below. and how they did in your house as well, because different houses tend to warm differently. And I would love to hear if there was any differences in your house to my house as far as performance went, or what your favorites or least favorites were. You can let me know below in the comments. I would love to hear. We can all discuss it down there. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. We will talk to you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.